thermal engineering. Subject code is 22337. Total marks of this subject is 70 marks. Now thermal engineering contains 6 units. First unit is fundamental of thermodynamics. Weightage is 8 marks. Second, ideal gases and ideal gas processes, 14 marks. Third, steam and steam boilers, 14 marks. Fourth unit is steam turbines, 16 marks. And last is fifth is steam condenser. And sixth is heat transfer and heat exchanger, 8 marks. The total 6 units contain 70 marks. Now we start the first unit, fundamental of thermodynamics. Weightage on this chapter is 8 marks. First, you know about the thermodynamics. What is meant by the thermodynamics? The thermodynamics is a branch of science which deals with heat, work and property of the system which is in thermal equilibrium. Means in thermal engineering we can study the heat, work and property of the system or conversion of the heat. How the heat is converted into the work or how the work is converted into the heat system. This can be studied in thermal engineering. So first we start the first chapter, fundamental of thermodynamics. Now first definition of thermodynamics. Now already told that thermodynamics is a branch of science which deals with heat, work and property of the system. Means in this chapter we study about the heat, we study about the work, we study about the system. Now you know that heat is converted into the work and work is converted into the heat. But how this heat is converted into the work, how the work is converted into heat, that can be given by the laws. So we can study also the laws in thermal engineering. Okay. Now there are the 3 laws: zeroth law, first law, second law. Okay. So this can also study in this thermal engineering. So basically simple definition of thermodynamics is a branch of science which deals with heat, work and property of the system. Now next concept is the pure substance. What is meant by the pure substance? Second is the pure substance. The pure substance means the substance which has fixed chemical composition is called as a pure substance. Pure substance means fixed chemical composition. Fixed chemical composition is called as a pure substance. Means जिस सब्सटेंस में केमिकल कंपोजिशन फिक्स रहता है उसको कहेंगे प्योर सब्सटेंस. फॉर एग्जांपल हाइड्रोजन. हाइड्रोजन इज an element. Hydrogen has a fixed chemical composition, therefore it is a pure substance. Second, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, the composition is CO2. Is carbon and O2 has a fixed chemical composition, means carbon dioxide has a fixed chemical composition, therefore it is a pure substance. Now air. Air is also example. Air is a mixture of the gases. Air is a mixture of the gases, but it has a fixed chemical composition, therefore air is also a pure substance. Second, again water, H2O. Now water has a fixed chemical composition. Water has a fixed chemical composition, therefore it is also a pure substance. The simple definition of the pure substance is the substance which has fixed chemical composition is called as a pure substance. An example is hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, water, air. These are the examples of the pure substance. In examination we ask only the definition and examples. Therefore try to write only definition. Pure substance. Pure substance means the substance which has fixed chemical composition is called as a pure substance. Example is hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, air, water. This is about the pure substance. Next term is definition of system boundary and surrounding. Now we know about the system. Now system means third system. System or thermodynamic system. System means, suppose this is the area. This is the area. Means system is the system is the area in which some process can be done is called as a system. Means this is the area. Here some process can take place, that is called as a system. Means जहाँ पे कोई प्रोसेस एरिया, जिस एरिया पे एक प्रोसेस होती है उसको कहेंगे सिस्टम. Suppose this is the area or region here where the process is done, therefore this is called as a system. So this is a system. Now anything out of this system, anything out of the system is called as a surrounding. This is a surrounding. Anything outside of this system is called as a surrounding, and the envelope which includes the system is called as a boundary. The enclosure which contains the system is called as a boundary. Means we take three definitions: system, boundary, and surrounding. System means what? The definite area or the space where some process can take place is called as a system. And boundary means the enclosure which contains the system is called as a boundary. And anything of this boundary, outside the boundary, is called as a surrounding. So this is simple definition. Please ask for 1 marks, 2 definitions for the 2 marks, 4 definitions for 4 marks, or 3 definitions for the 3 marks. So system, boundary, and surrounding. Now next topic is types of the system. Now next is the type of the system. Now types of system. Basically system has 3 types. One is closed system, second is open system, third is isolated system. Now in system, heat and work can transfer takes place. In system, heat as well as work transfer, work as well as mass transfer takes place. Means जिस सिस्टम में, क्लोज सिस्टम में जिस सिस्टम में मास फिक्स रहता है और हीट एंड वर्क बाउंड्री क्रॉस करती है उसको बोलेंगे क्लोज सिस्टम. मीन द सिस्टम इन विच मास रिमेन्स फिक्स और मास कैन नॉट ट्रांसफर only the heat and work transfer the boundary system is called as a closed system. In the system in which mass remains fixed, heat and work cross the boundary of the system is called as a closed system. मीन जिस सिस्टम में मास फिक्स रहता है ओनली एनर्जी ट्रांसफर होती है उसको बोलेंगे क्लोज सिस्टम. मीन यहाँ पे क्या रहेगा, मास फिक्स रहेगा और हीट एंड वर्क बाउंड्री क्रॉस करेगा. और जिस सिस्टम में मास एज वेल एज एनर्जी क्रॉस द बाउंड्री ऑफ द सिस्टम इज कॉल्ड एज ओपन सिस्टम. जिस सिस्टम में मास भी ट्रांसफर होगा और एनर्जी भी ट्रांसफर होगी उसको बोलेंगे ओपन सिस्टम. और जिस सिस्टम में मास भी ट्रांसफर नहीं होगा और एनर्जी भी ट्रांसफर नहीं होगी उसको कहेंगे आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम. मींस 3 टाइप्स: closed system, open system, and isolated system. I will take the first closed system. Now in closed system, here mass remains fixed. Means mass cannot cross the boundary of the system. Only the energy cross the boundary of the system. For example, pressure cooker. Now in pressure cooker, mass remains fixed. Suppose we do in pressure cooker. In pressure cooker, we contain the mass inside the mass. Okay. Now, when given the heat of this pressure cooker, what happens? Heat is given to the pressure cooker. Temperature inside the temperature increases, and this mass cannot cross the boundary system. But here the safety valve is open and heat cross the boundary of the system. But entire mass remains fixed. Only the heat cross the boundary of the system. Means we supply the heat and this can be cross the boundary of the system. Means mass here fixed, but only the energy cross the boundary of the system. So this is the example of the closed system. In closed system, mass fixed, only energy cross the boundary of the system. So this is the example of the closed system. Second is the open system. In open system, heat mass cross the boundary of the system is called as the open system. For example, air compressor. Now in air compressor, in air compressor, here air is in and air is out. Air is out means in compressor air is enter from the atmosphere, and when this compressor runs, the air can be compressed and compressed air can be goes out. Means mass enter and that can be cross the boundary of the system. Means here air enter and air goes out. Means mass can be cross the, this is the boundary, mass can cross the boundary of the system, mass can be crossed. Now where this compressor run by the motor, electric motor, what happens there? This area becomes, due to the running, friction is created and this area becomes hot. Means energy, means heat also cross the boundary of the system. Here for compressor, we have to given the work. But in order to run the compressor, we have given the work, means energy applied. Now this energy can be crossed because this compressor run, the heat can be released. This becomes hot. Therefore, energy also cross the boundary of the system. Therefore, compressor is an example of the open system. Open system means the system in which mass as well as energy cross the boundary of the system is called as a open system. And third is the isolated system. In isolated system, neither mass nor energy cross the boundary of the system is called as the isolated system. Now here, for example of the isolated system is thermos. In thermos, if we pour the tea, then tea is hot for some hours. Means in thermos, mass cannot cross the boundary of the system. Second, energy cannot cross the boundary of the system. Therefore, this system is called as the isolated system. Second example is the universe. In universe, total energy is constant. Therefore, third example of the isolated system is the universe. So these are the three systems: closed system, open system, and isolated system. Okay. Earlier I revised that closed system, mass remains fixed, heat and energy cross the boundary of the system. In open system, mass cross the boundary of the system is called as open system, and neither mass neither energy cross the boundary of the system is called as the isolated system. This is about the types of the system. Now next one is the properties of the system. So next is the property of the system. Properties of system. Now basically property is two types: intensive property, and second is the extensive property. Property means any observable or measurable characteristic of the system is called as the property of the system. Means the characteristic we can observe or measure, that is called as the property. Property, example of the property is pressure, temperature, density, energy. These are the property. And heat and work are not a property of the system. Now there are the two types: extensive property and intensive property. Now definition of the extensive property is the property which is depend on the mass. The property which is depend on the mass is called as the extensive property. जो प्रॉपर्टी मास पे डिपेंड है, उसको बोलेंगे एक्सटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी. द प्रॉपर्टी व्हिच डिपेंड्स ऑन द मास इज कॉल्ड एज द एक्सटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी. और जो प्रॉपर्टी मास पे डिपेंड नहीं है, उसको बोलेंगे इंटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी. जो प्रॉपर्टी मास पे डिपेंड है उसको बोलेंगे एक्सटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी, जो प्रॉपर्टी मास पे डिपेंडिंग है उसको बोलेंगे इंटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी। फॉर एग्जांपल एक्सटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी मींस टोटल मास, टोटल वॉल्यूम, टोटल एनर्जी, एंथैल्पी, एंट्रोपी, दीज आर द एक्सटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी मींस ये मास पे डिपेंडिंग है। और जो प्रॉपर्टी मास पे डिपेंड है उसको बोलेंगे इंटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी। एग्जांपल प्रेशर, डेंसिटी, temperature, these are the intensive property. We can explain this again, extensive property and intensive property. For example, this is a room, this is our room. Okay, here the pressure is P, temperature is T, and density is rho. Density is rho. Now second, now this room I divided in two parts. Okay, if I divided two parts, again here volume is V, temperature is T, volume is V. So this is volume is V and mass is M. Okay. Now I divide this total room into compartment. Okay. First this is one room. Now I can measure two parts of this room. Now here I measure this compartment and this compartment. Now here I can measure the pressure. I get the pressure. Can pressure change? Can pressure change? Okay, I measure pressure of this compartment. Here I get the P. Here I measure the pressure. I get the P. Here I measure the temperature. Temperature is the T. And here I also get temperature T. Now density. I measure the density. Density get the rho. Here measure density rho. Now volume can be divided to same part. Volume becomes V1 and mass becomes M1. Here volume becomes V2 and volume mass becomes M2. Now here we can divide into parts. Now pressure can be changes. Here mass, this room has the amount of the matter. That matter has the M mass. Now if we divide it, mass becomes mass changes. Here mass changes. Here mass changes. Now total pressure changes. Pressure cannot be changed. Means pressure does not depend on the mass or amount of the matter. Temperature does not depend on the mass and amount of the matter. Therefore, pressure, temperature are the intensive property. Now, volume can be changed because total volume of this room is V. If divided, here becomes V1, here becomes V2. Here mass becomes M1 and M2. Means mass and volume depends on the matter. Therefore, these are the extensive property. Then, how density is an intensive property? Suppose density is rho, rho is equal to the, we get density means mass divided by volume. Okay. Now now here density here rho is equal to the mass divided by volume. Here this total mass is M and this is divided. And this gets suppose this M1 is equal to the get M by 2 and here volume V1 is equal to get V is equal to get V1 by 2. Okay, so density means mass divided by volume M by 2 divided by the V by 2 M by 2 divided. The 2 get cancelled, then this ratio becomes same of this. This ratio becomes same, means density becomes same. Here is same, here is same. Means this density is not depend on the mass, therefore density is a intensive property. Here also density is equal to the M2 divided by the V2, the M by 2, here V by 2, here also get M by V. Means density cannot be changes. Means density does not depend on the on mass. Therefore density is a intensive property. These are the two definitions of the extensive property and intensive property. Means property is two types: extensive, intensive. The property which is depend on the mass called extensive property. The property which is independent on the mass is called as a intensive property. Okay. Now next one is definition of the state, process, cycle. Now state, first definition of first state, second process, third is cycle. Now state means suppose I am here. Now this is the condition. This is my first condition. Now I am travel from this to here, and this is my second condition. Means I stand here. This is the condition. Therefore, this condition is called as a state. State means condition of the system at a particular moment is called as a state. Suppose I stand here, this is my condition, first condition, the condition of the system at a particular moment is called as a state. Is called as a state. The state means condition of the system at a particular moment is called as a state. Second is the process. Second is the process. Process means now first I am here. This is the first condition. Now I change my condition. I comes here. Means I travel from this condition to this condition. This is called as a process. Means when the system undergoes a change in state, it is called as a process. जो सिस्टम जब स्टेट में चेंज होता है उसको करेंगे प्रोसेस. मींस प्रोसेस मींस when the system undergoes a change in state, it is called as a process. Third is the cycle. Cycle means suppose I am here, then goes here, then goes here, then goes here, and comes back to first position. This is called as a cycle. Means series of process whose end is identical is called as a cycle. Means series of process whose end is identical, it is called as a cycle. Means suppose I am here, I goes from here to here, then here, and come back to the initial position. That is called as a cycle. So these are the three definitions: state, process, and cycle. Next is the simple definition of the specific volume, temperature, density, and pressure. Next is the specific volume, Next is the density. Third is the temperature, and fourth is the pressure. Now specific volume means volume per unit mass is called as a specific volume. Means the ratio of the volume to the mass is called as a specific volume. The ratio of the volume to the mass is called as a specific volume. And density is the reciprocal of the specific volume. Means density means mass divided by volume. This ratio is called as a density. Means specific volume means volume divided by the mass, and density means mass divided by the volume. These are the reciprocals. Specific volume and density are the reverse. Therefore, these are the reciprocal of the specific volume. Now here, specific volume means volume divided by the mass. The unit of the volume is meter cube suppose, and mass is kg. Therefore, unit of the specific volume is meter cube per kg. Second definition is the density. Density means mass divided by the volume. The ratio of the mass to the volume is called as a density. The unit of the density is mass is kg. Volume is meter cube. The kg per meter cube is the unit of the density. Next term is the temperature. Now temperature means degree of the hotness or coldness is called as a temperature. Degree of the hotness or coldness is called as a temperature, and unit of the temperature is degree Celsius or Kelvin. And last is the pressure. Pressure means force per unit area is called as a pressure. Pressure means force divided by the area, means force divided by area. This ratio is called as a pressure. Unit of the force is again Newton, area is meter square. Therefore, unit of the pressure is Newton per meter square. This Newton per meter square is called as a Pascal. Therefore, unit of the pressure is also Pascal, kilopascal, megapascal, gigapascal. These are the unit of the pressure. Okay, this first topic is completed. Okay, thanks.
वीडियो मध्ये मी थोडंच